and it's just sick. It's child sacrifice essentially, because you're sacrificing the child for your career, or sacrificing the child for your relationship, or sacrificing the child for the millions of dollars. It's child sacrifice.
Recent Britney Spears abortion whole episode. Did she just recently come out with a memoir or something?
Yeah, she's dropping a book.
I was gonna say, there's always controversy the moment a book or something comes out. You're like, that's the first thing I always think of. Whenever I see like a name pop up in the news that hasn't been in the news for a while, I'm like, what are they dropping? What are they releasing?
What in the Will Smith is going on here?
Oh man, let's see. So yeah, okay, her upcoming memoir, "The Woman in Me," her high-profile romance with Justin Timberlake wasn't what it seemed, and she had an abortion while they were dating. So apparently she was afraid that Justin Timberlake cheated on her. She was in love with him. And then at one point she became pregnant with his baby. It was a surprise, but for me, it wasn't a tragedy. I love Justin so much, but Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. If it was left to me alone, I never would have done it. But Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father. And sounds like he pressured her into having an abortion. And that is the controversy that has arisen recently.
This the title of the NSYNC album, "No Strings Attached," makes a lot more sense now.
I don't know Britney's music.
See, if you had sound effects, you would just drop the DJ Clue.
LT, the worst
John, you
part
already know
about
what it
that,
is.
the worst part about that is that's not Britney Spears' music. He's talking about Justin Timberlake's music, and you didn't even know the difference.
Yo,
do you know how often I could pull up my playlist right now and show you all the Britney Spears and Timberlake songs I have? Zero.
That's because all you got is Bethel.
No, no, not at all.
John's coming in with the heat tonight. Okay.
I feel like my life has been on blast this entire live stream. My word,
He's about to start picking
earlier.
it's because I called myself the best host on the show, isn't it? That's why.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
that's it.
I didn't bring the heat. I'm just here.
Yeah, you showed up late.
I think you paid him under the table. I think I know you.
I had a session meeting. You're right. I was
Give-
meeting
give
with
me-
my
give me the-
elders.
Give me the bumpers. Give me the overlay. I think I might hit this up, hosting up
You got
sometime
it.
soon, for real.
Well,
All
and
right,
so
on topic.
Yeah, so back on topic. I think that I mean, if this is true, it's terrible. There's a ton more people in her life at the time who would not have wanted her to have a baby. We already talked about industry. We already know some of the history that Britney has gone through with the conservatorship and some of those things. So I'm cautious about what is being whoever might have pressured her, whether it was Justin or someone else. I believe there's truth to the story, if it is true, that she would have been pressured. Like, I don't think it's hard for us to think that be true. And if that's the case, it's terrible.
I mean, okay. First of all, I'm going to start this off with whether or not I have some. I'm always, whenever it comes to Britney or famous people in general who are coming out with a new thing, and then they start controversy when that thing's coming out, I'm going to be skeptical. So I'm not going to stand here and say, "Oh, this is awful. We need to really rally behind her," because I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. But under the assumption that it is, I agree with you, Jeremy. That's an awful situation. But as you said, also, more likely than not, a lot of voices around her, if she was pregnant, were probably like, "Don't have the child." And also knowing about Britney Spears' mental health and her problems throughout the years, she was probably not the most stable at the time either to make a great decision for herself.
I think they were very, very young at this time. Like they were still, I believe, under the Disney umbrella. This was around her.
Yeah.
Like, "Hit Me Baby One More Time." That song that kind of like blew
LT,
her
do you know
up.
what that song
I
is?
do know about that one. I do
Can
know that
you
song.
sing it for us, LT?
Come on, LT.
I don't think it's appropriate for the Why Jesus audience.
Right.
I think it's fine.
I remember hearing it in school. All right.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
There it is.
Yep, there it is. I did that one for Gio because I was doing that all morning. And she was like, "If you do this one more time, I'm leaving now."
Oh,
Um,
so if the lights cut out, she'll turn them out on you.
no, she's in Boston, but
Okay,
I was annoying her before her flight. So anyway, when I hear stuff like this, right, I don't I don't doubt that it's a possibility that it happened, but I think it shines a light on a bigger issue, which is the men who claim to be pro-choice. And I'm not saying this is all pro-choice men, but many of the men who are pro-choice, they're not really pro-choice. What it is they want the option available, so that way if they ever get somebody pregnant who they don't want to marry, they can use that my body my choice situation and pressure the woman into getting an abortion because they don't want to marry her. And then the woman does it because here's the thing, if she is in love with the guy and really cares about him, she thinks that by doing this it's going to help their relationship and help them move forward, and then later down the line they could have
she's
a baby.
afraid that she'll end up with the child by herself and the father will disappear out of the scene, and whatever financial situation she's in, she's like, well, I don't want to deal with that potential consequence.
I don't think Brittany was worried about her
I
finances.
don't think so either.
No,
I think hold on, I think other people were worried about Brittany's finances, and they were like, man, if this baby would be a stumbling block on the road to gajillions of dollars. So I think
if she was young, especially, and early in her career, they're probably like, well, you won't be able to take as many opportunities, won't be able to travel, blah blah, if you have a child.
And it's just sick. It's child sacrifice, essentially, because you're sacrificing the child for your career, or sacrificing the child for your relationship, or sacrificing the child for the millions of dollars. It's child sacrifice.
I wonder what the response will be. We live in a culture who desires to make this actually a moral good, that you did this. But yet she's presenting it in the book as seemingly as a moral bad against Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And so that's interesting to me, that would be the perspective. And I wonder, I'm interested to see what the overall reaction will be, I guess.
So I also found out that Justin was, I don't know if it was in an interview or something, but he was concerned about what she might be revealing. And then this comes out, but that could just be because she's crazy, that like he could be like, man, I wonder what this crazy chick's going to say, or make up or something like that. But also, right, a lot of women struggle after they have an abortion, and it like eats at them for the rest of their life. So we can look at Britney Spears and be like, yo, this girl's crazy right now. But how do we know that this isn't one of the factors that led her to the point that she's at right now?
Yeah.
There's another issue that we're not like, I mean, obviously the abortion issue is the most prominent, but there's another issue here that stands out to me is a lot of celebrities, instead of actually dealing with their problems in a healthy way and keeping them private, they make money off them.
Right.
And they do so either because of personal want, they want money or whatever, or because of influence from other advisors, like, hey, you could deal with this privately, or you could make a ton of cash for you and me by making it content. So
Red table talks.
That's one of the biggest issues I see sometimes within the public sphere, is that, again, Harry and Meghan, that's another example of someone taking a lot of dirty laundry, throwing it out in the public to see, because there's a lot of money involved.
Yeah.
And that's one of the issues, is that a lot of times they go crazy, not just because of the choices they make, but because they're being influenced to make money off their problems, which just drive more problems, which cause more issues.
It's also, I think, if you look at like Jada Pinkett Smith and what she's doing to Will Smith, there's always something that she is throwing him under the bus for, or some sort of drama, like, oh, we haven't been together for the past 7 years. It's like, you just want attention. That's all that it is. Like, yeah, you want to make money off of it, but there are people who they need attention so bad, and they also need validation so bad. And that's something that's common within people who are in the entertainment business, because your validation comes from people accepting and loving the entertainment that you're dishing out to them. And that entertainment also comes in the form of your life.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you all of the bad things that are happening in my life as a form of entertainment, because I'm an entertainer. And I think that it's rooted in the need for validation and the need for attention. Thanks so much for watching that clip from the Why Jesus podcast. If you want to see the full episode, click right here, and you can also find us on all streaming services. God bless.